baby back ribs in the Ninja Foodi Pro model grill that comes with the probe. And with a little help, I think it might be the perfect device for anyone to cook a really good rib. This website right here, AmazingRibs.com, I'm not affiliated, I'm just telling you. It tells you the exact temps that you need to target. It tells you a lot of things. You can spend all day on it. I mean, it'll tell you stuff that took years for a lot of people to figure out, including myself. But it's all right here, or a lot of it. Next, we're going to use if you watch my videos, I normally use butt rub. And all my baby back ribs before I went on video, I've used butt rub. Well, I've recently started using big green eggs, ancho, chili, and coffee. And man, I really like it. But I want to try it side by side. So tonight I'm going to do one in that, or a couple in that, and a couple in that, and just see how it turns out. And of course, avocado oil. I'm also going to show you a chart and tell you why I use, one of the main reasons I use avocado oil, and I'm going to show you the chart on temps. And I think you need to know this with any indoor grill. Or honestly, I use it in everything I do. If you watch my videos again, you see I use it with everything. There's another reason. It's because of the flavor. But anyhow, we're going to get this started. I'm going to pick about 3 of those out. We're going to get them seasoned, get them oiled, get some avocado oil on them. Go by the directions Ninja gives you on cooking ribs and make this happen. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's get to grilling some ribs. Okay, so right quick, just an explanation of why I use avocado oil, and I question some of the others, and that is smoke point. And when you're using an indoor grill, you have little issues with smoke. All of them, not just this one. Any of them I've ever used, I'll put it like that. Avocado oil at the top of the list, 550 degrees. You go to canola, a lot of people use canola. It's at 400. It's barely above olive oil. Now, all these others work good. I use this for a reason, and that's because of flavor. And I know it from, I use sous vide to cook steaks. I know you might not know what that is, but once you cook your steak, you sear it in a pan in oil. Well, I found with a lot of these others, I won't point any of them out because some of them are good. You get a flavor from that oil. Where avocado, to me, has been the best of no flavor, to be honest with you, but if it is, it seems to be better than the others. That's why I use avocado oil. Okay, so here are the ribs. I've already removed the silver skin and cut them up, obviously. That is the ancho, chili, and coffee. And let me say, you can smell coffee when you're using it. I just like it. And then here's my butt rub. It's on these two. Nothing wrong with those. I know they make good ribs. I just want to test them side by side. Here are the instructions from Ninja, which are 4 baby back ribs, 3 bones apiece. That's what I've cut them into. It says 20 to 22 minutes, flip halfway through cooking on high. So, obviously, we're using the temp probe, and the website I spoke of calls for, even though pork's done at 145, with the rib, and if you read that website, you'll understand it. The collagens and the cartilage and all that doesn't break down at that temp. And almost every professional I've ever read, and every website I've ever read that knows what they're doing, calls for at least 180. Well, this is some valuable information, y'all. It's really hard. It didn't used to be available. It used to be really hard to figure this out and expensive. But the main thing we're going to do is get this right here started. Whoops, I turned it off instead of. We're going to go to high, which is 500. It's what they asked for. Going to get it started, get it preheated, and obviously I have the grill plate. I'm not going to open it because I've already started it. But the grill plate is in there. And I have actually sprayed it with avocado oil also. So when that gets preheated, we're going to drop them in, see what happens. Okay, it is time. So here we go. Add the food. I'm going to put these right there. Try to get those right there. Being careful with my hands because I promise you that's hot. I want to move this to the side just a touch. And I have that between the bone, by the way. You have to try to get it between the bone, that probe, which I think you can see that in the video, but it's common sense. So. All right, we're gonna leave that just like that. And I'll show you what it looks like. Wipe my hands off right quick. And there's what it looks like, and we are off and running. Oh, no we're not. We gotta set the temp. So, move the camera to right here. And we'll do temp IQ. And we're gonna tell it, whoops, I was doing time. We're gonna tell it it won't go any higher than 170. So we may have to just accept 170. Honestly, I think carryover will take us to 185 or 190, which is really what I'm looking for. Okay, we are at 8 minutes in. So I'm gonna flip them because it's going pretty fast, obviously. And they look good on top. I want to see if I can get grill marks, and you're supposed to flip them. So I got to do that one with the probe. I was going to try and do it first. And this may hinder those grill marks with that probe right there. But hey, they're looking good. I'm not going to lie. They look very good, and minimal, no smoke. I mean, I'm impressed. So get that right there, and that one worked in there a little bit better. And I might be getting a little rushed. Put that one right there on that, and I'm going to turn this one. I'm going to fidget with them a little bit, turn a little bit of the seasoning off. That ought to do it right there. In fact, you can see the back sides if you want to. There they are. We're back up and running. And in that time, we went up 7 degrees just while I was flipping them. So, be right back. There it went. I mean, I barely got the camera turned on. And that is about 12 minutes. That's about 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's see what they look like. But I'm going to leave them in there and let them climb a minute. But I don't think they need any more. I don't know if you can see that. That was quick. I don't want to leave it open long because I'd like for it to sit in there. In fact, I think that'll work fine in that heat, and let them climb to say 180, which is going to take just a few seconds. Then I'm going to check them with the thermopin right here. So I'll be right back. And well, I don't know if there's any reason to turn the camera off, but I guess I am. There's 180. It just made 180, and we're somewhere right at like 13 minutes, almost exactly 13 minutes. I'm going to take a temp read. This one right here, this is a really thick part, and I'm trying to get the best place to go in. I mean, that is the thickest. That is as thick as that one, and that's the thickest part of that rib. I'm tempted to pull them out right now rather than put more heat on them. I'm going to look right here. I know I hate to drag this out, but I want to know. 170, 176, 179. We're going to go with that. I mean, that's going to carry us close enough to what I want. And if you wanted to go higher than that, you just unplug this or turn that off. Or let's see, go to right there. It does turn it off. You could restart it and go with time right now, you know. Not a big deal. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think that is going to be perfect. We'll know in a minute when I cut them open. I'm going to set that one right here. I'm going to go ahead and plug that back in so we can watch that temp. Set this one right here, and that's both the coffee, the ancho chili and coffee. Set that one there, and that in there, and that's the butt rub. So we'll let them rest a little bit, and we'll be back. Let's see what they are right now. 175 is what that one is. So anyhow, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I want to flip them over and just see how they look on the other side. They're not completely done resting. They've been out about 3 minutes. I'm going to flip them over, and they look really, really good. I look better from that direction. Can't do that because of the probe, but they're still plenty hot. But the ancho chili and coffee, you can see it gives it a good look on top of a great flavor. But again, I've cooked, I don't know how many ribs with that butt rub, and there's nothing wrong with it either. So, like I said, we're going to give it a few more minutes, and we will do a taste test. Be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to save a couple of them for tomorrow, but we're going to open a couple of them up right quick and just see how they look. Get around that cartilage just a little bit. Same thing right here. So we got one of the butt rub and one of the ancho chilies. Get my hands wiped off. We're going to do a taste test. Be right back. Okay, so for the most important part, I'm going to try, you know what? That's going to have some heat on it. So let me try the butt rub first. The rib is perfect, and I do mean that. It is, you heard me say it before, it's a competition style texture, which is bite through. And if you read that website, AmazingRibs.com, that is what they look for in a competition rib, because you don't want a rib that falls off the bone, like a lot of people say. That's not a properly cooked rib. You could do that with that, just keep cooking it. But the ancho chili is the same way, and I love the flavor of ancho chili and coffee, and you can taste both of them. Nothing against butt rub. It's worked for me for years on a lot of things, Boston butts and ribs mainly. But this new flavor kind of, and I say this a lot, nobody's paying me, nobody, nowhere, none of them. All this is jelly, that's it. Nobody's funding me or whatever you want to say. But anyhow, that's a really good flavor, and it works on a lot of things. It says beef, chicken, or pork, and I'm sure it would. I'm going to show you this one because I kind of took a better bite of it. They're both the same texture, but this is the bite through that if you were in a, I know you're not, but if you were in a competition, this is what they want to see. And I'm going to, right there, you see that bite through, and it's not falling off the bone, and it still chews well and got a good bite and good flavor. That's what they want. And yeah, my lights might not be working just perfect for this, but that is a perfectly, in my opinion, that is as good as any rib I've ever cooked here. So I'm actually going to finish eating both of those ribs and save those for tomorrow. And it passed with flying colors. I mean, virtually no smoke. I mean, none to even speak of. The what did I say? I'll have to look back, but it was like 10 minutes or something that they cooked in. It might have took it 5-10 minutes to preheat, but you know of that. Thanks for watching my video. Y'all come back to see me. Please share and subscribe and share. I'll put my big floating head right along in here somewhere and another video for you to watch right over here. Y'all have a good night, and I love y'all all. Come back to see me. Bye-bye.